What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to go for my predictions for game week 34 in the Premier League. Chelsea against Everton. Now when this game happened last season, it was a similar sort of time to this. It was in April and I thought it was going to be a draw and then Chelsea won 6-0 with Cole Palmer banging 4. They drew 0-0 earlier this season. I think they're going to draw 0-0 again. I just don't think Chelsea have the capabilities of breaking down this Everton team. I think they're too strong defensively. And when you take into account how bad Cole Palmer has been the last few months, there really isn't a lot of creativity in that Chelsea team. Lavia being back is huge, but I don't think he'll drop Enzo for him, which is what I would do, because I don't think Fernandes is a fantastic player, and Lavia would definitely aid and build up more and would allow Palmer to score more goals. Everton have only ever won once at Stamford Bridge in Premier League history, so even though I'd very much like to see him win, I don't think it's very realistic. Brighton against West Ham. Brighton's run of form since bringing Lewis Dunk back into the team, or I should say since Lewis Dunk has returned from injury, has been atrocious. He has single-handedly killed their Champions League hope, and if he had not played any of the last 3 or 4 games, Brighton probably would have won most of them and would have been still in with a chance of the Champions League. Drop the guy, he's clearly not good enough anymore, he's holding you back as a club. DC sides drew earlier in the season. West Ham have only ever beaten Brighton once in the Premier League, but that was at the Amex. Graham Potter coming back to his former club as well. Be interested to see what sort of reception he gets. Obviously Evan Ferguson can't play due to being on loan from Brighton. West Ham are now winless in 6 as well, so they're also in really bad form. I'm going with a 1-1 draw. I feel like it'll be a really bad game where neither team does anything special. Both of them kind of are a bit shit right now. Newcastle United against Ipswich. It was fantastic to hear about Eddie Howe coming back to training and taking over his duties again. If you don't know already, he is my favourite football manager in the whole world. He is my GOAT, my idol, and I love him. However, what I will say is that a lot of people are saying pneumonia can take a month or even longer to recover from. So hopefully he's not doing too much, but obviously given the position Newcastle are in, he'll want to be right up and amongst it to help them get into the Champions League. They were heavily beaten by Aston Villa last time, but that was because they just can't rotate their team, and it came just a couple of days after they won over Palace, so it was always going to be a tricky one. But now that they've had a week's rest, Eddie Howe's back, which will be a big boost, not just to players but to the stadium as well. It's going to be a fantastic atmosphere at St James's. The Geordies won 4-0 at Portman Road. I think they're going to win 4-0 again. Isak got a hat-trick on that day. Wouldn't be surprised to see him notch another couple here. Hopefully Harvey Barnes is starting on the left again, because I might captain him in my FPL team. But I do genuinely believe he deserves to play. He's been better than Gordon this season, despite hardly playing. And in the recent run as well, when he's got minutes off the left, he's been fantastic. And hopefully he keeps his position. If Gordon does play, it'll be on the right, because I don't want to see Harvey Barnes playing on the right. He's too good to be out of his favoured position. Southampton against Fulham. Southampton already relegated. Fulham still in with a small chance of Europe, although they did completely bottle their 1-0 lead over Chelsea in the West London derby last time. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Chelsea got complete revenge for what happened in the first one. One game I actually wanted Fulham to win as well. Southampton actually drew at Craven Cottage early in the season, but I think Fulham will have a bit too much this time. I've gone 2-1. I do very much hope I'm wrong. Southampton did get a good point against West Ham last time. Now that they are officially relegated, they don't really have a lot of pressure, so maybe some of the kids can play and we'll see what they're about. Wolves against Leicester. Speaking of being relegated, Leicester City have also confirmed that they will not be a Premier League team next season. They are relegated. Jamie Vardy is leaving, which is really sad news, man. What a legend. It's so sad to see him go out in this way. If Van der Sar wasn't appointed, man, unless City survived, with Jamie Vardy scoring 10-15 goals and then announcing he's leaving, it would have been beautiful. A legend like him does not deserve to go out like this. Wolves have won 5 in a row, they're unbeaten in 6. They've only lost once in 8, and Leicester's form, less said about that the better. But they were robbed against Liverpool last time. They had a perfectly good goal disallowed. Do you know what I mean? And it was at 0-0 as well, so if they go 1-0 up, you never know what happens. But again, like Southampton, it's a good opportunity for them to just play the kids, see what they're about. I mean, Monga's already been getting some minutes, which is nice to see. He's only 15, which is crazy. And maybe I'm just saying this because I don't like Wolves and I do really like Leicester. I'm going 2-1 to the Foxes. The pressure's off. You've got to send Vardy off in some respectable way. Beat Wolves, man. Come on Leicester, please. Bournemouth against Manchester United. Man United have been playing some of their kids recently. They played a few against Wolves last time in their 1-0 loss. They lost 3-0 to Bournemouth at Old Trafford earlier this season. Manchester United have the crucial Europa League first leg semi-final on Thursday night. They're going to rotate a lot here, as they should, by the way. And I think Bournemouth will win 2-0. Should be fairly comfortable in my opinion. Man United aren't a very good team. Liverpool against Tottenham. Liverpool will be crowned champions if they get a point here. Tottenham, like Manchester United, don't really have anything to play for in the league. They've been atrocious. And they've got a Europa League semi-final first leg coming up. So they should rotate the whole team. Although what I will say is that Tottenham's kids are better than their first team. Like Romero, for example, absolutely awful. How some of you Tottenham fans think he is better than William Saliba and he's a £100 million player, I do not know. The guy is whack. Like Dominic Solanke is an atrocious footballer. Yeah, Son is very washed now as well. And Ange Postecoglou has done a really bad job at integrating the youth, man. Like their last Europa League group game, the kids are the ones that got him through. And we haven't seen him since. Where's Mikey Moore? Where's Oloresi? Do you know what I mean? Where are these kids? Where's Dane Scarlett? I am hoping that he'll give some of them a chance. And that's why I've gone 3-1 Liverpool. If it is the Tottenham main team playing, it's going to be 5 or 6. And regardless of whether Tottenham win the Europa League or not, I believe Ange Postecoglou should be sacked. He's an awful manager. Pound for pound, you could argue the worst in Premier League history with the amount of money he spent. Those are my predictions. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you soon for another video.